Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And before you settle in, I want you to sit with this feeling for a moment. That strange, quiet suspicion that a woman feels something for you, but you're not sure. That uneasy tension in your chest. The kind you get when she looks at you a second too long, or softens her voice around you, or shows up in places where you didn't expect her. You brush it off because, as men, you're conditioned to assume you're imagining things. But what if you're not? What if you've already stolen her heart and you don't even know it yet? If you're ready to understand the truth behind the smallest signals women hide in plain sight, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe right now, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you read every interaction with her from this point on. There's something quietly beautiful, almost haunting, about the way a woman behaves when her feelings begin before she's ready to admit them. She doesn't confess, she doesn't announce it, she doesn't make it obvious. Instead, her heart slips through the cracks of her behavior in these soft, unguarded ways that only a man who is truly paying attention can see. And if you've been missing the signs, it's not because you're clueless, it's because she's careful. Women protect the men they care about from their own vulnerability. She will guard her emotions with a delicacy you've probably never noticed, but she'll also unconsciously reveal exactly how much you matter to her. If you know where to look, you might think you're just being polite, just being friendly, just living your life. Meanwhile, without even trying, you've become the man she thinks about when her day feels heavy, the face that flashes in her mind when something funny happens, the person she hopes notices her when she walks into a room. She doesn't tell you this. Most women won't. But her emotions leak out through these soft, tender gestures. Gestures she doesn't even realize are happening. A woman's heart is quiet, but it's never silent. And what makes this even more fascinating is that the signs aren't loud or dramatic. They aren't romantic movie gestures or grand confessions. They're subtle, gentle, innocent, but they are unmistakable once you finally understand them. The truth is, she's already showing you affection, devotion, and emotional attachment long before she ever dares to say she likes you, and you're about to see exactly how she reveals it without knowing she's revealing anything at all. Notice how she remembers the smallest details about you: your favorite coffee, the way you twist your ring when you're nervous, the story you told 3 months ago about your childhood. Most men dismiss this as politeness or coincidence, but it's far deeper than that. When a woman's heart is quietly invested, her mind clings to these fragments of your life like sacred artifacts she doesn't even realize she's doing it. She thinks she's being thoughtful, attentive, or considerate. But what's really happening is that your presence has left a mark on her, one she can't erase. And this subtle remembrance is one of the most powerful signs you've already captured her attention, her mind, her emotional space. Then there's the way she mirrors you. Maybe it's the phrases she uses, the way she laughs, or the small gestures that somehow reflect yours. To the casual observer, this seems innocent, normal even, but here's the hidden truth. Mirroring is the unconscious way the brain signals attraction and emotional resonance. When she subconsciously mirrors you, it means she is aligning herself with your energy. She's gravitating toward your presence without admitting it because her feelings are already deep. Even if she's trying to act casual, this is an emotional fingerprint, a silent way of saying, I see you, and I want to be closer. Her attention will also sneak in during the quietest moments: a glance that lingers too long, a laugh that comes easier when you're around, an inexplicable smile when you enter the room. These are all breadcrumbs of her affection. She's not announcing it, but she can't hide it either. Women often underestimate how much they reveal through these microsignals, thinking that subtlety is enough. But here's the thing. A man who is attuned can read them like a map, tracing the path directly to her heart. And the way she invests in your happiness, it's not performative. She'll go out of her way to lift your spirits, to make your day smoother, to protect your emotional well-being. These aren't favors, these are gifts from her heart. She's giving parts of herself away quietly without needing recognition or reward. That's the invisible bond forming, the proof that whether you've noticed or not, she's already emotionally entwined with you. The most profound truth here is this: the signs are everywhere if you know how to look. And if you've been doubting whether she feels something for you, start observing these subtleties. They're the invisible thread that ties her feelings to you. And once you recognize them, you'll never see your interactions the same way again. Now, let's talk about the way she prioritizes you without even thinking about it. She'll text you first, check in to see if you got home safely, or remember to bring up something you mentioned weeks ago. These aren't just acts of kindness. They are indicators that her thoughts orbit around you in a way that is natural, almost automatic. When a woman has stolen her heart to you, her attention isn't forced. It flows effortlessly. She's not counting the cost. She's not expecting a return, and she's certainly not doing it for anyone else. You're her quiet focus, the one who matters in her everyday mental world, even if she pretends it's no big deal. Notice how her body reacts when she's near you. Small, unconscious. Movements betray her interest. Leaning in slightly when you speak, brushing hair behind her ear, adjusting her posture as if to make herself more noticeable. These are not gestures she controls consciously. They're instinctive signals of attraction and emotional connection. A woman who has fallen, even subtly, is giving herself away in her posture and expressions. She may never say it aloud, but her body language has already spoken volumes. And if you've ever felt that unexplainable tension or warmth in her presence, now you know why. There's also the way she listens. True, deep listening is rare, but she offers it when she cares. She'll remember your stories, understand your jokes, and even sense your moods without a word being spoken. This isn't superficial attention, it's emotional investment. She's actively mapping your inner world, and the more she does this, the more she's signaling that her feelings are real, persistent, and quietly consuming her thoughts. And here's a truth most men overlook. Women often test your response without realizing it themselves. She might joke about feelings, tease you in a playful way, or casually suggest shared plans just to see if you reciprocate emotionally. These little tests aren't manipulations. They're her way of gauging whether you belong in her emotional world. If you notice her doing this, it's not random. It's one of the clearest signs her heart is already leaning toward yours. Finally, consider the energy she invests around you. It's a subtle gravity, a pull that you can feel if you pay attention. When she's around, the atmosphere shifts, her mood brightens, her smile lingers, and the space seems warmer. These are not accidents. They're the quiet evidence that your presence matters to her in ways words could never fully capture. She may not say it outright, but she's already given you her heart in small, undeniable ways. And it's your task now to see and honor it, pay attention to how she seeks connection in ways that seem almost accidental. She'll find excuses to touch your arm, brush against your shoulder, or linger in conversation longer than necessary. These subtle touches are not just friendly. They are her body betraying the feelings she isn't ready to voice. When a woman is emotionally invested, even the smallest physical contact becomes a way for her to communicate closeness without saying a word. And if you've ever caught her smiling after a brief touch or glance, understand this. Her heart is quietly acknowledging yours. She also communicates through her availability. A woman who cares will carve out time for you, even when her life is busy. She doesn't need grand gestures, it's the consistency that matters. A text at the right moment, a phone call when she knows you need it, or simply showing up when she knows it will matter most. These are the invisible threads connecting her emotions to your world. If she consistently prioritizes you, even in small ways, it's a signal that she values you beyond the surface level. Then there's the vulnerability she reveals around you. She may share fears, past regrets, or insecurities that she keeps hidden from others. When a woman opens up like this, it's not casual, it's an emotional gift. She's testing the waters silently, trusting you with pieces of herself that are fragile and private. Every word she lets slip, every personal story she shares is a declaration. She feels safe with you, and her heart is opening in your direction. Men often overlook this as casual conversation, but it is one of the clearest signs she's emotionally invested. Notice also how she reacts to your successes and setbacks. She celebrates your wins with genuine joy and feels your losses with authentic concern. Her emotions are synchronized with yours in ways that go beyond simple friendship. This alignment indicates that her feelings are deeply entwined with your well being. She isn't just supportive, she's emotionally bonded, and her reactions are a reflection of the care she's already given you. Finally, observe the quiet ways she expresses interest in your inner world. She asks questions that go beyond surface level topics, probing into your thoughts, dreams, and beliefs. She isn't just curious, she's building an emotional map of who you are, a map she wants to navigate closely. This is subtle, almost invisible to many men, but it is one of the most powerful signs she has already stolen your heart without ever saying it. Her care is constant, her attention intentional, and her emotions are quietly, undeniably yours to recognize. Now, let's talk about the way she reacts when others notice you. If a woman has secretly fallen for you, her emotions often reveal themselves in subtle ways when someone else comments on your presence. She might smile faintly, tighten her posture, or even blush slightly. Small, almost imperceptible reactions that betray her feelings. She isn't trying to hide it. Her heart simply reacts before her mind can catch up. And if you've ever felt a flicker of jealousy or protective energy radiating from her when someone else gets too close, know this. It's not possessiveness, it's proof of emotional attachment. She also uses humor as a bridge to closeness. Playful teasing, inside jokes, and witty banter aren't just for fun. They're methods of creating shared intimacy. When a woman engages this way, she's building a world in which you both exist, a subtle emotional territory where her feelings can safely reside. These small moments are a quiet declaration. I want you to be in my life, and I want to connect in a way that is uniquely ours. Humor becomes a tool for emotional exposure. And the laughter you share is an echo of feelings she can't yet put into words. Her reactions to your moods are equally telling. She notices when you're stressed, distracted, or down, and she responds with care that goes beyond courtesy. Perhaps she offers advice, maybe just a comforting word, or even a gentle touch. These gestures aren't transactional. They are expressions of her heart. She invests emotional energy into your state of mind because your happiness matters to her intrinsically. It's one of the clearest signs that her feelings are real, persistent, and sincere, even if she hasn't confessed them. Then there's the subtle way she communicates desire for your attention. She might send a text when she knows you're free, linger in conversations, or subtly shift her schedule to align with yours. These actions aren't conscious manipulations, they're the natural ways her heart seeks proximity to yours. Her effort is invisible to those who don't pay attention, but for the man who notices, it's impossible to ignore. Finally, consider the emotional residue she leaves behind. After spending time together, you might feel warmth, excitement, or a quiet sense of connection that lingers. That's her influence, her emotional energy interwoven with yours. She's already given you pieces of her heart in countless small ways through attention, touch, humor, care, and presence. If you've been searching for proof, this subtle, lingering feeling is it. She's quietly, undeniably invested in you long before any words are spoken. Finally, understand this. The most powerful signs she's stolen your heart are often invisible, felt more than seen. It's in the way she anticipates your needs before you voice them, the way her presence alone can shift your mood, or the quiet intensity in her gaze that lingers just a second too long. These moments are fleeting, almost imperceptible, but they are the heartbeat of genuine affection, the unspoken language of a woman whose emotions have already anchored to you. She will also show subtle protection over your time and energy. Perhaps she discourages unnecessary stress in your life, gently nudges you away from situations that could harm your peace, or quietly celebrates when you honor your own boundaries. This protective instinct isn't something she advertises. It's born from care and attachment, A woman who has fallen for you invests in your well being naturally without expecting anything in return. And that is a sign that transcends superficial attraction. Notice her emotional consistency. She doesn't disappear when things get busy. She doesn't withhold attention as a test, and she doesn't hesitate to reach out in moments that matter. Her presence, even when subtle, is steady and intentional. That's the invisible contract she's offering, proof that her heart is already yours, even if she hasn't said the words aloud. Stability, emotional investment, and attentive care are far stronger indicators of love than any dramatic declaration could ever be. And here's the secret most men never realize. Women often communicate their deepest feelings through small sacrifices and attentiveness. She might adjust her schedule, remember your preferences, or invest time in things that matter to you. These acts are quiet, unnoticed by the world, but they are monumental when it comes to revealing her heart. She's already choosing you moment by moment without needing acknowledgement. So if you've been wondering whether she feels the same way, don't wait for grand gestures. Look for these invisible, consistent, subtle signs. They're her heart whispering, her emotions leaking through the cracks of her carefully controlled exterior. If you've paid attention to everything I've described, the details she remembers, the way she mirrors you, the attention she gives, the care she invests, and the subtle shifts in her energy, you'll realize one undeniable truth. She's already given you her heart without even knowing it. Now, I want you to think carefully. Which of these signs have you noticed in her behavior? Drop your answer in the comments below. Share this video with a friend who needs to see it. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights that will change the way you understand women and